Hello, beautiful people, and happy spring equinox! We finally out of this goddamn woods. Right, in the meantime, let's just shuffle some cards. I'll grab my Celtic Tarot and to see what is going to be happening in this new astrological year, I want to say, because, you know, with the spring equinox, we properly settled in that new astrological year with the new moon in Pisces that we had recently. Okay. I have a feeling that, you know, with this current energies, for a lot of you in this collective, one of the first things that's going to be happening, we've got Two of Cups and we've got my favorite King of Cups. With this energy, this is definitely like, you know, somebody awakening to the truth of, you know, realizing that you are the person or you are the soulmate. And having Three of Cups and the Star in here as well. Sorry, there's just so much nakedness on these cards. But yeah, having this Star and this Three of Cups in here. So I have a feeling that, you know, when it comes to the meeting of this person, initially, despite of it feeling like a dream come true that with the Star card, but I feel like, you know, with this Three of Cups, there was still some kind of pull of a third party or influence of a third party on that person. That's what kind of maybe kept them away from you in some ways. But I see the Temperance and the Ace of Wands. So I feel with this energy, there's like a feeling of wanting to come back in correctly, restore some sort of balance in here that have been disturbed. And yeah, one of the things that came through as well is like, you know, this balance has been disturbed because of, you know, lack of clear communication, maybe fear as well. You know, I'm looking at the Death card as well. I had the Death, Ten of Cups with the Tower and Justice as well. So I feel with this is precisely like, you know, referring to this new beginning and wanting to come forward correctly. So I feel when it comes to the attachment of, you know, some sort of third party or maybe influence of some other people, like, you know, with the Three of Cups, there's this feeling of like, you know, there's an influence of some sort of other people, maybe, you know, having some friends, you know, talking them out of it, or, you know, something on those notes. But with this Death and this Tower as well in here, so I feel like this heavily refers to something unexpected happening in their lives that kind of made them kind of see the truth as well with this Justice. It made them kind of realize what is actually going on in here, and, you know, the amount of feelings maybe that they have for you. Let's not forget we had, you know, that King of Cups and Two of Cups coming out as one of the first cards. So I think, and obviously, yeah, this Ace of Wands. So it's like realization in here of like, you know, that the passion and the, you know, desires towards you are strongly undeniable. and you know, looking at this Star and this you know, jugs of water that she sort of pours. So, and obviously, yeah, the scales here on that Justice and this Temperance. So this all speaks of that balance. So I feel like, you know, there is an end with this Tower in here to something in their life, some kind of, you know, change of mindset as well, I want to say. Or maybe like, you know, with this Tower as well, like, you know, this sudden unexpected realization about the fact that, you know, they do have very strong feelings towards you, and, you know, they feel like they have never sort of encountered that kind of energy, like, you know, like when they sort of holding these hands, like, you know, in front of each other. So I feel this is precisely like, you know, this energy flow in between the two of you. It's very easy. And yeah, I'm looking at that crow above them as well. So maybe crows are also significant for this connection. You know, you might be both very spiritual in a sense as well, and like, you know, you might be connected strongly to the other side. Scorpio's energy strongly comes through, so you both might have some strong Scorpio placements. And, you know, there's big transformational energy, like, you know, you're both capable of big transformations in your life. And, you know, but I feel like, you know, there's some kind of attachment, or there was some kind of attachment on one part that was making them unable to kind of, you know, come forward correctly, come forward properly, and like, you know, join you in this union, like with this Two of Cups. But yeah, with this Tower as well, like I feel like there will be like a very sudden wake up call, like a very sudden, maybe even like some kind of download of some sort, like, you know, when it comes to this justice as well, when it comes to this realization of what's actually important and what's actually happening in here. And, you know, with this 10 of Cups, with this connection, like, you know, once you've worked through the miscommunication, maybe, because I think like this is a big part in here, when you work through this miscommunication, which I think is just the the only thing that is sort of standing in the way. Hold on, because what was on the bottom as well? Yeah, 7 of Wands with the 10 of Swords, Page of Wands. So with this, what it makes me feel when it refers to this person as well. So I think they've got like one of the biggest fears that they have. And yeah, there was the Devil as well with the 10 of Wands and this Page of Pentacles. So we've got 2 pages here at this stage. So I feel when it comes to this person, like, you know, there's a very strong fear of commitment in them. You know, you might even yourself, because, you know, let's not forget that we are nothing but just reflections of one another. We attract what we are. So, you know, when you attract an avoidant or emotionally unavailable person into your life, this is probably a part of you that, you know, in some parts is emotionally unavailable or not ready. And, you know, you're just meeting a person that reflects that back at you. But, you know, we sometimes are easy to put all the blame on one person. But I don't think this is the case in this situation. I think there's a lot of you know, they're working through a lot of shadow, you know, at the moment, I feel, you know, really strongly kind of, you're putting a lot of work into integrating that shadow, and as well, like there's some kind of ending to something in their life. And I think that has a lot to do with like an old identity. Maybe they've been clinging so much to that old part of themselves, like, you know, with this Devil as well, the shadow, like, you know, maybe they've been holding on to this burdens, you know, with this 10 of Wands. But with the 7 of Wands and this 10 of Swords, I feel like, you know, very strongly that, you know, they're really working hard to push against that. They're really working hard to push against this darkness. You know, there's a lot of, you know, darker energies here, and there's a lot of darker energies around them, maybe even around you at this time. You know, there's something that has to be put to rest. There's something that has to end first, like, you know, with this Death card in here, before, you know, this can properly start, before this can actually begin. But I feel like, you know, especially with the 7 of Wands and, like, you know, with this 10 of Swords, so, you know, they at the end of some kind of difficult karmic cycle, like, you know, they literally just closing it out. And with that is this realization that is waking up within them, like, oh my God, I've lost, there's like an element of loss in here, you know, so they feel like, you know, they've lost out on someone that was very dear to them and very important to them. So I feel like, you know, with the 7 of Wands, this Page of Wands, there will be some kind of step being taken, and, like, you know, some kind of courage regained as well. And with the 7 of Wands, you know, this energy to sort of fight for this connection, fight for you in some ways. So I feel like, you know, a lot of you in this collective, you might be getting this unexpected communication here with that Tower from this person. And, you know, like, you know, with this Page of Pentacles and, yeah, and these cards in here. So I feel like they slowly, like, there's this, yeah, because Pages of Pentacles. Pentacles is a slower moving energy. So despite, like, you know, because Page of Wands is, you know, a fire. So somebody that has a big amount of desires and passion for you. But, you know, they slowly kind of coming to an end of one certain road, very difficult road in their life. And they sort of closing out like this last little bits. But I feel like, you know, you are and always have been, since obviously since the day they've met you. And that strongly comes through. So they have been very, very much into you. And, you know, and even if it didn't seem like it, and if, you know, it seemed like they don't care, I think this is just like a self-defense mechanism on their part. Yeah, I'm looking at the Moon card as well. So yeah, and obviously having that King of Cups, so we might be speaking here about, you know, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces comes through, but doesn't have to be. Maybe just somebody who is, you know, genuinely just very emotional, you know, very sensitive in parts. So, but yeah, with all of that, I feel like, you know, they're approaching that kind of end of the, you know, spiritual lesson, I want to say. There has been something that they had to integrate within themselves, and, like, you know, with this Devil again, so looking at that shadow parts of themselves, so they can, you know, put an end to it, like with this Death, because, you know, with every ending there's a new beginning. So I feel like, you know, there's at this moment, I feel there's something happening to them that is pushing them out of their comfort zone as well, and it's something that is kind of in some sense starts to be undeniable, and something that they can't no longer push away or stay away from, you know. So that's why with this Page of Pentacles, I have a feeling they will be coming in with some sort of invitation or an offer, but you know, this is going to be something small. This is not a person that's going to come into your life and straight away offer you everything, because this is a person that's very careful as well, what I'm kind of picking up. They really carefully thread, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to emotions. But I'm looking as well at the Chariot, the Magician. Yeah, there's an 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and 6 of Cups. And there is the Sun. Okay. Oh, it is Knight of Wands as well. Knight of Wands as well, huge passion. But yeah, with this one's like, you know, with this Magician as well, I feel like, you know, maybe you both in some parts have been manifesting each other back into your life. You know, you might both have this feeling of like, you know, something important has been left behind, or there's something that's been left unsaid, or you know, there's like a lingering in here as well, like, you know, of the connection that, you know, with this Devil again, like, you know, of two people who can't stay away from it. So I feel like, you know, in some kind of deeper sense, you're both feeling it. And yeah, and this 8 of Cups is always a confirmation as well, I think, too. And yeah, the 5 of Cups. So I think that this is what they're leaving behind, this pity party. You know, they might have been in this pity party energy for quite some time, and maybe this is like, you know, comes back again to the sensitivity of this person. So, you know, they might be going over and dwelling, and you know, they might be having too much time to themselves, and they might be too much in their head about a lot of things, you know, where in fact all needs to happen, and you're looking at that Justice again, is the clear, open communication. Yeah, but with this Chariot and this Magician and the 6 of Cups, so this is this feeling of nostalgia. This is this feeling of like, you know, I can't let this person go, you know, no matter what sort of happens, like, you know, things always seem to be circling back to them. And I feel like, you know, they starting to very strongly feel it too. And, you know, with this Chariot as well, yeah, there was a Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. So I feel like, you know, they do see that greatness of you and they see, you know, your power as well, I feel, with that. And maybe this is like, you know, that's why there's this slight element of even like, you know, intimidation, or feeling like, you know, I don't want to, you know, mess this up. I don't want to kind of do something wrong as well. Yeah, I said I was going to finish, but I just want to look at those. Yeah. So like, yeah, with the 6 of Swords, so like, you know, this is the element of rather than maybe there was some kind of disagreement or something that was unclear between the two of you, and you know, this is the person that would rather sort of remove themselves from any sort of conflict and retreat to their own kind of cave, you know, with this 4 of Cups, and just push everything away. And like, you know, with the 7 of Swords, they do wear a mask. You know, they don't show their true feelings, and there's a lot of those feelings in this person, but they're not coming forward with it because of fear. You know, fear of any conflicts, fear of, you know, being vulnerable again. So that's why, like, you know, we have a Hangman as well here. So I feel like, you know, there was a period of pause. You know, that's not a Hangman, that's Lovers. Oh, fuck. I thought that was a Hangman. I just seen a tree. Oh my God. But yeah, with this Lovers and this 3 of this is okay. This is even better. But yeah, I feel Hangman's energy in here as well. So maybe like, you know, there was some sort of stagnation. There was a pause. But yeah, with this Ace of Cups, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the Lovers. So I feel in this sense, like, you know, they kind of now sure of that, like I hear like some kind of choice has been made in their heart, in their mind, and I feel like, you know, they know that you are their person and they want you. And so with this energy, I feel like, you know, there is the that undeniable passion, and you know, this undeniable pull they have towards you. You know, they starting, I feel like as well, what I've heard is like they're starting to understand your connection as well. They're starting to understand the importance of your connection. And I feel like maybe when it comes to you, and you know, looked at that Justice again, so maybe when it comes to you, you know, your honesty, the way you are, maybe it's something that, you know, this person hasn't experienced before, you know, and that's why it feels so strange. You know, when you, all of your life are people just, you know, keeping you, or you want, like, you know, on the shallow end, or, you know, when you don't have like deeper interactions with anybody, like, you know, when it comes to meeting a person that actually can see through another person's soul. And I think that you've got that kind of ability. So that's what scared them. Like, you know, they're not used to that kind of amount of honesty that comes from another person. And maybe there's this feeling of like, you know, they do feel like they want more, and they, you know, they can't stay away from you, but in parts they're afraid, like, what else are you going to tell them about themselves? What else are you going to freaking uncover? What else are you going to challenge them with? because I have this feeling of like, you know, this person just likes things nice and peaceful. They don't really like challenges, and you challenge them, even in the parts of like, you know, the feelings that they've had for you on, you know, the, like I said, the intensity of this connection is not something that this person has ever experienced. So that's why, you know, they're keeping themselves in this, like, you know, with the Seven of Swords, there's a shit show going on in here, in a sense of like, you know, hiding true feelings. You know, there's a big element here of hiding and running away, but there is deep feelings, you know, like with this King of Cups coming back to the first card and this Two of Cups, you know, they fucking love you. And I think they are even scared to admit that to themselves, because they know it would change their life forever. But that's why you feel their energy, you know, that's why you feel them tugging on you, because, you know, that love is fucking real. But yeah, I do have a very strong feeling, like, you know, with having these wands in here as well, all of these wands energy. Yeah, and I look at the Five of Wands as well. So look at all of this redness. I think, like, you know, when it comes to this passion, they just have to come forward, because it's just becoming too strong and too undeniable. So yeah, and coming back to that Tower, and let's just finish on that one. Yeah, expect something very unexpected from this person. Right, okay, love you, bye.